Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and so good to be here. Give me a second so I can also go live on Instagram. How are we doing, and how has our day been? The week is almost coming to an end, yeah? So quick already. Okay, so today you want to stop at this point and call someone you know that is parenting a girl, someone who is a girl parent. It doesn't matter the age. I mean, okay, well, from at least from age 6. And then that person lives in Nigeria or away from Nigeria, most especially if that person lives abroad. Okay, so we're live on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Instafam. Okay, so today we are continuing our conversation about, what is happening with our girls in the diaspora. Yesterday, we talked about how our girls are easily being bullied in the diaspora. Today, we're talking about why our girls do not like their hair texture or their skin color. The first time I heard about texturism was from a girl. I was having this one-on-one session with her, and she was just going on and on and on. And I started to do a little research, and I found out that texturism is a preference for looser, wavier coils over tightly coiled or kinky hair. Like this, my hair is like kinky. And we found out that girls were very uncomfortable about it. We also found out that there is something called colorism. Hello, Mrs. Benro. Hope my girls are doing well. Shout out to all the girls hub moms, super moms in the building. Colorism is when someone, most times girls, believe that lighter skin is more beautiful or valuable than darker skin, leading to a preference for skin lighting products or a dislike of their natural complexion. This is one of the struggles that your girls are going to have in the diaspora, especially if they are living in the western, part of the world where they are white Caucasians, okay, where the difference between their color and that of their host country is clearly different. They're going to be very uncomfortable about it. That is when you hear them start to say things like, they don't feel so beautiful. Funnily enough, this also happens to girls in Nigeria. I mean, I remember as a teenager, I looked at girls that were fairer and I thought that they were more beautiful. I looked at my friends that were fairer and I felt like, oh, you are the pretty ones. I used to even call them, because you're fine, because you feel you're fine. I don't know where this thing came from, but this is why I need us to have this conversation today. If your daughters live abroad, you have a bigger case to deal with, trust me. But we must not sit and do nothing. We must ensure that we are paying the price of teaching and telling them what it should be and how it should be. Guide them. Don't just tell them, don't you know who you are? They know who they are, but they have a problem with their skin color because their skin color and their hair texture is different from that of their host country and their friends. And these girls with bouncy hair, you just know how to, this wavy hair, as they're walking, they just know how to pepper us with the Nigerian girls, right? The African girls, they know how to pepper us. And it just looks like the boys also like the girls that are lighter. These are the issues. I'm not going to come here and deceive us. These are the issues that our girls are having. Now, I want you to know that there are certain things that cause this thing. It wasn't made like that from the beginning. One is media. The media portrays the fact that those in the Western world are more desirable. They are the ones used for certain roles. I think that generally the Western world just knows how to project the beautiful side of them. We as Africans, we as Nigerians, we're the ones that hide these things, which is one of the reasons why I reduced, or I'm almost stopping to do all these hairs. I just started doing my natural hair, and colors or attachments that look like my hair. I don't want my hair straight, bone straight. It's fine, but that's not me. And these are the things that I remember. There were 3 years ago. It was a Valentine season like this. Sorry, there's some noise around my environment. It was a Valentine season like this, and I was invited to speak. I think at a church, and a girl actually wrote a question about going to make out. Let me use the word make out with a particular boy who had promised to buy her bone straight. This same bone straight that is causing problem. A girl is going to give out her body, give out her sexuality, give out her everything, her what, for bone straight. This same hair. Why? She feels that those with bone straight are more beautiful than her. Why? Media. The media is the one that presents all this, a certain look that makes our girls want to be like or to look like. Peer pressure is another reason why your girls are not comfortable with their hair. When their friends are telling them things like, why is your hair like this? I can't put my hand through your hair. Oh, what kind of hair is this anyway? Your daughter is going to be uncomfortable about her own. Meanwhile, her own was follow come. Her own came from God. Like I said yesterday, your daughters are going to be bullied. Your daughters are going to be made to feel left out because they are different. The moment you are different in a particular setting, you would be bullied subtly. So texturism and colorism and all that is coming from the fact that your daughter's hairs are different, and their peers are announcing it, making it very obvious. Why is your hair not like this? This is now what makes them want to do everything and anything to look like them. They don't want to be singled out. One thing you must understand about girls is they don't want to be singled out. You see this stand tall, be different, stand out. It is a message that we're going to be preaching in different ways and forms, because these girls, it is really tough for them. So they don't want to be left out, they don't want to be singled out, they don't want to be teased, they don't want to be bullied. That's why they are trying to change their appearance. I had a session, I think that was last year, with one of the girls, and that was all the session was about. Making this girl accept her hair type. Yes, that was all. Her parents paid for her to come to a session with me to accept her hair texture because she was not having any of it. And it's coming from her peers. It's coming from the fact that they just look at her hair with this kind of, what kind of hair is this? Do you understand? So that's a big deal. Then of course there's something like sometimes it's worse where you have things like microaggressions, subtle bullying. You know, bullying comes in different ways. Oh. Bullying comes in different ways. Sometimes these people that bully just they make it look like they are joking. They say, "Oh, your hair looks like a sponge." I was just joking. That's a subtle way of bullying, and many girls do not. It doesn't go down well with them. Then we have few lack of representation, few role models. My daughter's hair, both of them, their hair is natural, even though we fix attachment. And my second daughter started to desire to use, longer hair. That's always how it starts. They start with, okay, sure, the next thing they want it longer, longest. And I said to her recently that no more attachments, okay, till you are 18. Let's just ride on like this. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to be keeping my natural hair with her. Our daughters need role models. If these girls turn and they see Nigerian moms proud of their hair, they're going to feel better. If they turn and they see other African women with their natural hair, they're going to feel better. But when everybody, all of us, the mothers, the mentors, the matriarchs, everybody is trying to blend in to the Western style, our girls are going to have a problem. They're going to feel more uncomfortable. That is the truth. They're going to feel more and more uncomfortable. So I want us to, be proud. We ourselves, let's be proud of the texture we have, the hair, the skin color. There was a time after secondary school, I told my friend in the US that she should send me not a cream that will bleach me, but I will just tone my skin a bit. It's the same thing. When we ourselves Your daughters are looking at your picture. You were dark. All of a sudden, you are now fair and you are white. What do you think will happen? Somewhere in their head, they're going to just take a mental note as if to say, okay, that means this is the color I am supposed to be. Africans need to push out our own narratives, our own curriculum, our own uniqueness, and it starts from us as parents. Hello, Mrs. Esther, so good to see you here. Another reason that causes this is, historical and cultural influences, where our colonial history and media has made the lighter skinned people look better than us. When we look at the movies, you will see that when they want to torture Africans, it's some white people that come and be torturing us. So naturally, these girls are going to grow up feeling that skincare is better. We need to start telling them that those things were inappropriate. That was during the time of colonial slave trade and all that. We need to teach them that was what it was about, that it wasn't right. Don't leave them to chance. Don't leave them to just assume that, okay, that's what they're projecting in this movie. That must be it. Also, remember to tell, to change the narrative in your family. I remember before I got married, I used to always say I needed three fair children. Every time I gave birth, the first thing I looked at was the complexion of my children's skin. It came from that place from teenage. I married early, well, quite early, 25. I had not yet dealt with that part of me that was feeling inadequate because of my skin color. And this is me in Nigeria. Can you imagine people abroad? Can you imagine the girls abroad? So you need to create that narrative that in your family, everybody is appreciated. In fact, those that are dark should be treated, to be called beautiful. But when we see fetch, oh, kitty, 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 kitty. And then the girls now feel like, okay, lighter skin is more beautiful. Oh, longer, wavier hair is finer. That is not true. Let us also check for the kind of product we are buying. I have heard parents say, my daughter cannot rub this cream, it is not good for her skin. As per she's going to turn dark. I've heard it. When I was when I was buying things for my children, I used to hear, hey, just rub this type of product so that your baby does not turn dark. So we see parents, even at this age, at these times that we are in, they are buying products, beauty products, that is making their daughters to look fair. You go and take relaxer, you put on your daughter's hair, abi, so that the hair will be straight and thin. That's not how God made her hair. That's not how God made her hair. And then she's doing all this, and then you now want her to be very confident in the diaspora. How? How about identity struggles? Have we dealt with that? Look, these are things that we want to deal with seriously in the Girls in Diaspora course coming up on the 15th and 16th. There's a full module on cultural identity. We want to go to the foundation. Mrs. Benro is saying a lot of parents buy those creams for their children. And then you now tell the girl, be confident. Don't you know who you are? Have you told her who she is? And are you acting like who she is? Let her use creams and oils that will maintain her natural color. She doesn't need to be fairer or lighter than she is. Texturize your hair. Oh, it's too strong, it's too tough, it's too hard. Go and use coconut oil. Use our coconut oil and you will see how soft your daughter's hair will become. Why are we using all these chemicals on these girls? In the process of trying to make them feel among, we are causing more chaos and more trouble for our girls. Because aside the dissatisfaction and inadequacy of the physical look, there is also the internalized one. How about that? Do you have any cream for our mind? Do you have any cream for our emotions? What are you going to use to solve that feeling of not being good enough? What exactly are we going to use? Stop projecting to your daughters that they are insufficient, because already they are dealing with a lot of that already. Right? They're already dealing with, oh, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, I don't belong here. They're dealing with that internally. Don't worsen it by by this, with these mundane things. Cream, hair, what's all that? Even the way the girls dress, let's not even go into that part. So what can we do? Of course, I've mentioned the things that we can do. Encourage them to know who they are. Encourage them to know who they are, where they are coming from. Let them know that, look, we are different, and in Nigeria our hair is not wavy. Our hair is not kink, our hair is kinky. That's how our hair is. It is not long and touching the bum bum. It is not. Address all those issues like colorism. Address it at home. Talk about it. Tell her that you want your natural chocolate color to remain like this. Don't let her try to change it. Encourage cultural pride. We said that yesterday, and throughout these 10 days, we're going to be talking about that. Encouraging your country of origin's culture, the pride in it. Expose her to positive representation. Show her books, movies, and role models that are proud of their African heritage, their Nigerian heritage. Chimamanda, somebody remind me, is Chimamanda not with her natural hair till now? I don't know. I think when I see her online, I usually see her with her natural hair styled, or maybe styled with something like kinky. Point her to people like that. Chimamanda is making sense. She's on the world stage. Let your daughter see those kind of people. Not Nigerian girls that are turning to boys and then they're everywhere, and then we're showing them these things. People are bleaching. That's what they're looking at, and they feel like that's what is right. That is not what is right. But remember that it starts with you. You yourself must be proud of your look. I said to myself that this year I would love to be on only my hair. Different styles. Please, if you have styles, send me pictures. And my hair is very long. Don't mind the way it's looking. My hair is long and full. I want to explore different aspects of natural hair. I want to woo my daughter, my second daughter. I want to woo her to love natural hair, because she feels like, oh, she's left out when she's not braiding to the bum bum. People think it's only your daughters. My own daughter too. She wants hair that will just be all over the place and color pink and color purple. But we need to point them to their natural beauty. My second daughter, she's so beautiful. But why are you attaching your beauty to these attachments? I need to model more positive presentation to her. I need to do more. I'm calling on every single one of us, especially if you're in the diaspora. You need to do more. You can't quarrel these things or fight these things into your daughters. You need to show it to her. You need to model it to her. You need to show her positive influences and influencers that she can look up to and not feel alone. Remember, girls do not like to be different, to stand out in that way. They don't want to be the odd one out. That's how they call it. I don't, mommy, I'm just the odd one. They never like to be odd. So let's encourage them and let's help them. I hope you have registered for the Girls in Diaspora course. Yeah, you have already, right? You have. If your daughter is not coming to that class, I can't help you. That class is for ages 6. We have 3 classes, 2 classes, the junior and the senior. Encourage all your friends in the diaspora, your siblings, your loved ones, all of them, encourage them to bring their daughters into that class. We're going to even support them for about a year and, help them deal with all their struggles. Thank you so much for everyone that has joined. Like we said, we're just rebuilding our pages. All our pages were shut down, but it's fine. We're still moving. You can join us on YouTube every Friday for our heart-to-heart conversation for girls. We have our edition for tomorrow already ready. It's going to pop up on your screen if you're in any of our communities, and you're going to see what tomorrow's edition is going to be like. Really, really interesting. Okay, thank you so much to all my girl hub parents and celebrity super moms. Please keep telling your friends and your loved ones about the work that we're doing with the girls. Thank you, everyone. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.